Hey, good morning. Not sure if it's morning there, so I think I'll just keep it at hi, hope you're doing fine. And I'm doing fine as well, thank you. The morning air over here is awash with rains, and it is a wonderful time to prepare a presentation actually. Well, just to brief you, I have prepared this video presentation that talks of the issue at hand and how I'd be addressing it to the best of a marketer's knowledge. To start with, let's have a look at what was required of me. I'll start with the company profile given to me. ABC Incorporated is a business intelligence services organization based out of California. Sporting a B2B business model, the company's two key services are BI consultancy and corporate BI training. As a marketer, I am to prepare an annual strategy to help boost ABC Incorporated's marketing efforts using their current marketing channels and alien to the company marketing channels. With this, I'd like to borrow a few minutes of your time and move on to the presentation right away. Right then, the whole presentation is divided into 4 parts. First up, we have the introduction, then we move on to the current marketing channels, then cross over to the other side of the bridge, and then talk about doing it all a little more effectively. Coming back to the presentation, I've started with ABC Incorporated's mission and profile. Then I've performed a sales analysis using assumptions. I have then moved on to the competitive research, followed by a SWOT analysis, again based on assumptions of course. And I have then compiled the short-term or yearly marketing objectives, and finally I've segmented the market and derived to the target market. With this, we will end part 1, and while I run you through it, I'll be stating the reasoning and logic around various entities in the presentation. Now we have the company's profile on the screen, and I have also defined the company's mission, which is to provide best-in-class BI solutions and training modules with major focus on corporate performance management. Now, make note that the company's marketing energy is funneled towards achieving marketing goals, keeping in mind the company's mission. Right, moving on. I believe that devising a good marketing initiative starts with a sales analysis of the last few years. So I asked the guys at ABC to give me these numbers, and on your screen you see a sales analysis of the 4 years of the company's recent history. Pardon me for using some outrageous assumptions here, but then it's not like I get to use these pretty figures in real life scenarios, so well, just please bear with me. Right, there are a total of 12 entities in this chart, and if you look carefully, with every passing year, ABC has done well. It's gone from strength to strength. The sales went up and the profits went up. The trouble is that the potential out there is huge, and these very numbers can be bettered. The marketing strategy aims to bring this figure down, that is, the marketing expenses, and increase the net profit by a greater percentage. I have then performed a competitive analysis. Over here you can see various companies based out of California and the kind of competition that they're giving. A short graphical representation also elaborates on the strengths and weaknesses of your competitors. Talks about strengths and weaknesses of your competitors, calls for you defining yours. So now we move on to the SWOT analysis. All the 4 entities have again been laid out after discussions with the guys at ABC. The SWOT analysis is simple enough. You can just quickly go through it because the marketing objectives would be based on capitalizing on the strengths, eliminating the weaknesses, capturing the opportunities, and eliminating the threats. Let us now get to the core of the introduction part, the marketing objectives. The marketing objectives are extend reach of communication, reduce marketing costs, gain new clients, increase services awareness, increase the overall sales. Touching the basics of marketing, we now go back to segmenting the market, and a cursory look would give us the 2 major segments, enterprises and startups or SMBs. But a detailed segmenting would bring us to this figure where you can see the various industries with good demand for BI services. I have assumed that the current target segments for ABC Incorporated are the 2 major industries like finance and banking and BA and marketing. It is always good to go by the current target groups if the company has been doing good. However, what follows in this presentation would hold true for any new target segments as well. If in case we are not sure of what our target segments are, I would recommend targeting the two industries, again banking and finance, because it has a huge demand for customized BI solutions, and business analysts and marketing companies, as they have a high BI adoption rate and are always on the lookout for good consultants out there. Of course, they also want their own staff members to be trained by professionals in the segment. Recommended is a differential marketing model for the first target group, that is finance and banking. This is because the industry has a huge demand for customized BI solutions to suit their respective corporate needs. Basically, you need to offer tailor-made solutions and market a great technical know-how. Education-based advertisements and content would go a long way in this industry as well. For the second target group, we have the mass marketing strategy. This is because a BI consultancy with some of its white paper solutions would be able to help a number of companies in this domain. The high demand for corporate training in the industry only helps ABC sell its services better in this industry domain. Right then, this brings us to the end of the introductory part. Make sure to keep in mind the data we just have discussed in this part. Let's move on to the second part of the presentation now, which is deriving a marketing strategy based on ABC Incorporated's current marketing channels. Alright, I would like to start with a story over here. Thousands of years ago, okay, not that long ago, being a B2B marketer was simple. The more you pushed out there, the better your pipeline. But then something changed. The way businesses buy got complicated, and now 9 out of 10 buyers say that when they're ready to buy, they'll find you, calling for a whole new way of doing things. Fact is, B2B buyers are doing more research than ever before. For many, it starts with a simple web search, but that's not all. Over half the buyers are engaging with their peers before making a decision. Some follow industry conversations on areas of interest. And then there are those who really do their homework, reading research papers and postings from thought leaders. It all means that your content should really be king. You want proof? Well, if your order value is more than $1,000, 70% of buyers say they reviewed 4 or more pieces of content before they buy. And most consumed type of content, that would be the humble white paper. But take note, 60% of buyers have less time for reading. And remember, seeing is believing. Today, 75% of senior executives watch videos on business sites every week. What's even more surprising is that 65% of them go on to visit the vendor's website after watching. The way buyers consume content is also changing. Searches using a mobile phone saw a 247% rise year on year. But businesses need to play catch up, as less than 10% of the web is actually mobile friendly. Great content goes a long way too. Buyers are happy to share it with their colleagues using email, LinkedIn, Twitter, and even Facebook. But beware, not all content makes great content. 75% of buyers want us to curb the sales messages. So make it useful, help them build a business case. The big question is, have you got the pulling power? Especially when on an average cost per basis alone, inbound marketing is proving more and more compelling. So, is this the end of road for outbound marketing? Not quite. Just as the 74% of the B2B marketers who still find direct mail effective, or the 71% who rate email marketing as critical or very effective, or even the 72% who believe events still pack a punch. One thing is for sure, it's all in the data and what you do with it. Especially when they say that companies with the best data drive 70% more revenue. But it's not going to be easy, as the average marketing database contains 70% useless records, coupled with the fact that 88% of people report having lied on registration form. So, in, out, isn't it time to shake it all about?